Today we'll learn how to use Excel add-ins to enhance data visualization and engage the audience. These content add-ins are part of Microsoft Excel and can enhance what you're already looking at. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. I have already opened this Excel file called Data. I have a link in the description so you can download the same file and follow along with me. Here I am in the data worksheet. The first thing I want to do is to make sure that your cursor is anywhere inside the dataset. Go up to Insert tab and we're going to insert a new pivot table on the new tab. Now, once we've created a new tab here, I'm going to go and call this Add-ins. This is just to keep organized, and I recommend that you do the same. So I'm going to grab mine, drag it all the way over to the right, just to make sure I know that it's the most recent step I'm taking. So one thing that we haven't really looked at is the performance of each salesperson and trying to understand how they contribute to each activity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the salesperson ID here, I'm going to drop it into the rows. And then I'm going to grab order ID here and drop it into the values. You can see right now it says sum of order ID. This is not right. Order ID is a unique identifier, so instead we want to go to the value field settings, which you can get to by clicking on the down arrow right here. We're going to click value field settings and then I'm going to select count, and when I'm ready, I'll go ahead and click OK. Now the next thing I want to do is understand what is the total due related to those orders. So I can grab the total due from over here and drop that into the values column like that. That's going to give us the sum. And the next thing that I really want to do is, because this is really just a list of numbers, it's always a good idea to sort one of these columns just so you can understand the distribution of the data. So in cell B4, I'm going to right click. I'll go to sort over here and we're going to do a largest to smallest sort. Now let's visualize this data with a Microsoft Excel add-in. There are one of two places that you can find add-ins, and this really all depends on the version of Excel that you have. So on my version, I can go to the Home tab, drag your mouse all the way over to the right, and you will see the Add-ins button over here. Now on your version, if you don't see any add-ins button on the Home tab, what you're going to need to do is to click on the Insert tab and you will see an add-ins button somewhere in the middle here. So it's just going to be in one of those two places. So on mine, I'll click Get Add-ins, and then the add-in that I want to insert is called People Graph. So I'll type in People here and I'll hit Enter. And you can see People Graph comes up. I'm going to click on this green Add button. And you can see that this content add-in has now been added. So this add-in starts with some sample data. And to change that data, what we'll want to do is click anywhere into the add-in, and sometimes you need to click it again. But I'm going to click up here, kind of in this white space, and you can see that it was very quick. But you can see there's a data button here, so I'll go ahead and click that. And that's going to allow me to change the data. So I'll click Select Data here, and it says, please select two columns in your Excel spreadsheet. It gives you an example right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select A4 and take it all the way down to B53 and I'll hit Create. Now this is giving us some data for all of our activities. So I'm going to grab Status here and drop it into Filters. And if I'm going to click down arrow here, we can see that it's showing us everything. What I'm going to do instead is click Select Multiple Items. And what I am most interested in right now are the due, paid, and past due, because that reflects money that could still come in. On the other hand, canceled and returned reflect transactions that are unlikely to be collected upon. So I'm going to remove those having selected Select Multiple Items, and then I'm going to click OK. And now I understand that Salesperson 121, the person with that ID, has sold the most amount of items that are collectible. However, they might not have sold the most amount of total due, which is to say, from a dollar standpoint. They might not have the most. Now, before we go any further, let's see if we can go ahead and change the name of this title. So I'm going to click over here on this dataset button again, and it says numbers about the app. I'm going to write collectible activities because this refers to transactions we can still collect on. And then I'll just click this button here. So let's go and take another look at data visualization to see if that provides a little bit more insight. Go ahead on your machine and click on that Get Add-ins button again. In this one, we're going to look up called Bubbles. So I type in Bubbles here, I hit Enter. You can see it shows up immediately. Let's click Add and then OK. Alright, I'm going to move some of this around a little bit. To get started, what you'll want to do is to move your mouse over to the Select Table bubble. You'll click on it. And now it's going to ask you for the data to visualize. In this case, we're going to look at everything all at once. So I'll select A4 through C53, like that. Go ahead and click OK. And now we see a visualization that uses a mix of color and size. So, on the one hand, the size is dictated by the count of order ID, whereas the color of each bubble is dictated by the total due. So as we look at this, we actually see that 144 is probably one of the bigger sizes, and it's more red as compared to a few others. Now, the bubbles chart is very interesting and it's very fun. But as I said in going through this, not every data visualization you'll look at is actually going to make the cut to the end. I present this to you because I think there's a lot of different ways to look at your data, and I think this one's very fun. I do have an Excel charts course that takes you from a beginner all the way to ninja level. So if you want to master 25 plus advanced dynamic charts and infographics, check out this link. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, and I'm going to catch you in the next video.